Good morning, everybody. How is everyone? It's the beginning of a new week. I hope you had a great weekend. It always seems to be a little busy, but we actually were able to spend some time in our yard this weekend. We've been so busy with special needs mutual and special needs Olympics and things like that for our son and our daughter-in-law, that it's kind of made it crazy for us to be able to actually have a weekend that we could spend on some things we're trying to get done around the house. So I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today, I had mentioned in the title of this class that I wanted to talk to you today about your hunger and being able to recognize when you're hungry. I've decided that on Mondays, the first Monday of the month, that we will focus on mindful eating and what that means. And it encompasses so many different areas, not actually even more than just eating. It's talking about nourishing your entire body. And we do that in a wide variety of different ways. We do it in the foods that we eat. And that is, of course, the thing that pops into your mind when you first think about mindful nutrition. But it also refers to the amount of water that you drink. It affects your exercise, your movement that you do throughout the day. It also incorporates your sleep and self-hygiene, ways in which you are able to take care of your body and appreciate it for the value that it has. And also to be able to recognize that our bodies are more than, I don't know. The thing that I was thinking about the most and how to explain this is oftentimes, especially when we are in a diet mode, our bodies become the enemy, something that we are supposed to conquer. And we look at maybe the extra weight that we're carrying. We look at ways that maybe we're experiencing some pain or some limitations with our extremities or even internal organs that aren't working quite right. Maybe we've got some mental illness problems with depression and anxiety. And when those things come along, we can start to feel like our body is not our friend, that it is against us, or that it's not living up to our expectations and what we want to accomplish. And that can be really difficult. It can be hard to keep positive, and it can be a little bit more difficult to keep your mind in check with why you're doing the things that you're doing. If everything that you are doing as far as what you eat and how you exercise has to do strictly with losing weight, getting to a certain number on the scale or to a certain size clothes, then it limits you in your ability to really expand upon the idea of mindful nutrition and living mindfully. When you can come to a place where your body becomes your friend, that to work with it, when you can come to a place where you can start to appreciate and also trust what it is that your body is telling you what you need, it changes your relationship with your body and how you look at it, and also how you take care of it. So let me give you an example. When I was a young mother in my 20s, when I was in my 20s, I had 4 babies within 5 years. So I loved my little ones. Of course, I loved my little ones. I loved being a mom. I still love being a mom. But all of those little ones, I had C-section. And so That came with a scar. It came with some added weight because I had gestational diabetes with my babies. And I was very, very hard on my body. I felt like it was the enemy. Felt like I was fighting against my body all the time. And so when I made that mind switch to really start to appreciate what my body did for me, not so much on what it looked like, because I was having a hard time with that, but what my body did for me day in and day out, I was able to switch to a place of gratitude and recognize exactly everything that my body was doing for me from day to day. I switched the idea in my mind about how I was going to take care of my body. I wasn't taking care of my body very well. I don't know if I had mentioned this before or not, but I struggled with eating disorder when I was a teenager and into my 20s. And it was really difficult. And so I had fallen into the diet mentality that I needed to look a certain way and I had to do things a certain way in order to make my body compliant with what I wanted it to do. And so there was lots of hard exercise sessions. There was times when I was hungry and I wouldn't eat because it wasn't on my plan or it wasn't time to eat yet. And I completely ignored those signals from my body. My body would tell me that it was tired, and I wouldn't slow down. I would keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And maybe you can relate to some of those feelings. And so once I started to trust what my body needed and that it would tell me what it needed, it made all of the difference. It made a difference in how my body reacted to the food that I was eating. It made a difference in how I thought about my body and the things that I was continually talking to myself about. We've discussed that before. What did you say to yourself when you got up this morning and looked in the mirror and got yourself dressed? Maybe got in the shower, got yourself dressed. What did you say to yourself? Was it nice things? Were you able to compliment a part of your body that maybe you're not so fond of? So that is the thing that we want to change with Mindful Journey Studio. That is the whole idea behind mindful nutrition. It is coming to a different place in how you look at your body and how you look at your food. It's a different relationship with those things. And when you're able to do that, I'm telling you, your world will change. Now, it doesn't mean that there aren't struggles that come in, that some of those old patterns of thought and behavior don't come back. I deal with those from a daily basis, and that's why I do meditation. That's why I am very keen as to when my body tells me that it's hungry. I didn't know when I was hungry. Actually, I was quite afraid of hunger. I felt like when my body was hungry, when my body was hungry, I didn't want to listen because that means that I would have to eat more food. It was really messed up thinking. But when we get in the diet mentality and we're allowing other people to determine when we eat, what kinds of food we eat, when to stop eating, we get to a place where we don't recognize when our body is hungry and when it's full, because we use food for so many different reasons, right? We use it for celebrating. We use it for emotions. We use it for when we're bored and we don't know what to do. We'll find ourselves looking in the fridge or looking in the pantry for something to munch on. Sometimes we eat just unconsciously. We're sitting at our desk at work, or we're, cleaning the house, and we walk by and pick up the candy, pick up, the chips, whatever it is. And we're just mindlessly eating without really consciously thinking about what it's doing inside of our body. What is that food doing? What is it creating? And I will tell you that no amount of food that you eat is going to take care of an emotional need. In fact, most oftentimes it is counterproductive, because if you're an emotional eater, you eat to either push away an emotion that feels uncomfortable, or you're sad, and so you drown yourself in food. It creates a numbing, kind of a mind numbing and body numbing sensation within us. It releases dopamine, and so we get this little instant feel good. But what happens after you've eaten the quart of ice cream? What happens when you've eaten the whole bag of potato chips or half a loaf of bread? Whatever your food is that you go to. It's not going to fill the need. So that's one of the things that mindful living does for you, is it helps you to recognize what the need is, and to lovingly and compassionately choose something different that will actually fulfill that need. And when you do that, you're fulfilling two good things within you. One, the emotion is taken care of, and the need is taken care of. And the other part is, then you can start focusing on what it is that your body needs for actual nourishment. Now, can you think back of when you fed your babies or watched a child eating, and the child is hungry? And how could you tell that? Well, the baby starts to cry. The child gets fussy. Sometimes we say that we're hangry. Okay, there are different ways that your body can manifest that it's hungry. It's not always a growling in the stomach. Sometimes it's more weakness. Sometimes it can be some brain fog. Sometimes you just get this hollow feeling inside of you. I get it a lot in my throat, which may seem a little bit odd, but that's where I've noticed that when I'm hungry, that's where I feel it. And the other part of it too is that you start thinking about food. And it isn't food as far as feeling an emotion. This is an actual physical necessity where you start thinking about food. And so in those moments, then you can express gratitude that your body is letting you know that it needs nutrition. Because we are busy people. We need energy. Our bodies need nourishment in order to perform at its highest performance level, right? Whether that is taking care of our kids, whether it's going to work, whether it's working out in the yard or an exercise routine, whatever it is, our body needs good, nutritious fuel. And the more you can give that to your body, the better it will perform for you. Your mind will be clearer, and you'll be able to recognize that. So as you start to recognize that you're hungry, then act on that. Don't push it aside. I'm too busy. I'll do that later. If you need to take some healthy snacks with you so that you're prepared for when your body tells you that it's hungry, then do that by all means. Oftentimes, if we push that hunger off, that hunger will go away. That sensation will go away. And I remember when I was dieting, I thought that I had just won the race because then I no longer felt hungry. But the problem with that is that your body still needs nourishment. And so you will either experience a great deal of weakness, like you need to go to sleep. Maybe you start to get dizzy, and you can't think. You can't finish your sentence. Oh my goodness, maybe I need some nourishment this morning. But maybe you're not able to finish your sentences. And you just can't think as clearly. And what happens is the body still needs nourishment. So what happens is you end up binging. You end up eating way more than what your body needs because it still physically needs nourishment. So you end up binging. And what does that do? Well, for one, mentally, I remember for myself, it was like, man, what have I just done? I've just blown it again. And it was counterintuitive to the very thing that I was trying to do, which was to take care of myself. I genuinely thought that I was taking care of myself. The other part of it too is it puts such extreme pressure on your body. It stresses your body. Your stomach has within it the receptors that tell your brain when it is full. And so your stomach is about the size of your fist, and it has the ability to expand. Well, if you continue to expand it beyond that full level, your stomach will actually grow. It will get bigger. And so it takes more food for you to feel like you're full. It will cause you to want to go to sleep. A good example of this is Thanksgiving, or when you go to a buffet and all of this food is in front of you and you just eat and eat and eat until you're rolling out of there. That is what you want to avoid. That is mindless eating. And the whole purpose of mindful nutrition and mindful eating is to not only be able to tell when you're hungry, but also allow your body to tell you when it's had enough. And that takes at the beginning, it takes an exerted effort, a concentrated effort, to just pause for a minute when you're in the middle of a meal. Just sit down and chat with your family or your friends that you're with and just pause a minute. Go inward and find out how your body's actually feeling. Now, I know too that there can be some anxiety with feeling too full, and there can be some anxiety that comes from getting hungry. So if you don't eat enough at your meal, then you can guarantee that you're probably going to be hungry in a little bit. That's okay. Give yourself permission to go ahead and eat. And when you do that is an expression of gratitude and caring for your body and what it does for you. So I don't know if I've explained this very well to you today, but be patient with yourself in the process of recognizing true hunger and when your body is satisfied with the food that you have given it. You will recognize that you will eat smaller portions, and it won't be in a diet sense. This will be just naturally your body adjusting to what it needs for the energy that it needs for the day. Maybe you've got more things that are physical things that are going on during the day, and you need more energy. And so you pay attention to that and honor that. Other days, like when you're sick or you just don't have a whole lot of movement, you may not be as hungry that day. And that's okay. That's the whole process of being able to hear and trust what your body needs. And it does take a little bit of time, especially if you have been in a place of dieting for a long time. So please be patient with yourself. Give yourself the most nourishing foods that you can, and you'll be okay. So let's get ready for our meditation today. We are going to do a meditation regarding your body and appreciation for your body. So get yourself in a comfortable position, and let's prepare for our meditation today. Get into whatever position feels good and right for you today. Feel the surface beneath you and your feet on the floor, and start to turn inward to the breath. And as we begin our meditation today in loving kindness towards our bodies, clearing out all negativity in your thoughts and words regarding your body, let's begin with a deep breath, holding slightly at the top, and slowly exhale, releasing all tension and stress from the day thus far. Take another deep breath in and pause, and a slow breath out. We're going to do a body scan today, and I want you to think about each individual part of your body that makes up the whole. So today we're going to start with your feet and move the way up to the top of your head. So focusing on your feet, feel them touch the ground, the surface beneath you, and think about all that they do for you. They carry you from place to place, help you to balance and create stability. Now let's move up to your legs, your strong, capable legs. Your legs are able to walk and run, to sit a child on your lap, to bend, to stretch and lift, and even kick. Think of where you would be without your legs. Can you express gratitude for them today? Now move on up to your hips and your abdomen. These parts of our bodies are most often abused in our thoughts. And yet let's think for just a moment about all that they do for you. Your hips and your abdomen contain the very organs that create life. Think of the miracle of that for just a moment. They contain all of your digestive organs, the stomach, the kidneys, the liver, the pancreas, your intestines, and your bladder. Each of these organs contribute to your health and well-being. Can you think for just a moment of what life would be like without them? Give thanks to God for the blessings that come from having healthy internal organs. Let's move on to your chest and your shoulders, your back. These areas of your body house your heart, your lungs, your spleen, your esophagus. All of these organs allow you to breathe in fresh air, to pump the necessary blood and oxygen to the organs throughout your body. They allow you to swallow, giving you nourishment through the food that you eat. Now focus on your arms and your hands. These parts of our bodies do a lot for us and for other people. They're the extension of our service and our love to others. They work hard. It's the place where a gentle hug can be offered to another. Now focus on your neck and how it allows you to move your head from side to side, up and down. Now your head. Let's look at each part and the blessings that come from each of these areas. Your jaw, which allows your mouth to move. Your tongue, your teeth, which will allow you to chew and to taste. Your nose, it allows you to smell some of the most beautiful scents in the world, like that of a rose or lilacs, or a baby fresh out of the bath, or your favorite food cooking. And what about your ears? Think of all the things that you can hear. It gives you an increase of appreciation for the sounds of the laughter from a child, music that causes you to want to dance, the sound of a loved one expressing their love and gratitude for you. Now to your eyes, your beautiful eyes. Think of all of the things that you get to see from day to day, the clouds in the sky, the smile of a friend, the beauties of life's creations, the faces of family and friends. Think about your brain, your own personal computer where thoughts are created, where dreams are lived, and possibilities yet to be unfolded are contained there. It allows you to think, to feel, to dream. Now do a full body sweep from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Express gratitude for this truly remarkable and amazing body that you have been given. Now I want you to think about what it would mean to your body from day to day if it was taken care of in the most nourishing and loving ways. Of course, it comes with pains and discomforts, but even in those moments, and maybe even more so, is the time to care for your body in loving kindness. The foods that you eat, the ways in which you move your body and strengthen it, giving yourself adequate sleep, hydrating your body with pure, clean water, are all expressions of gratitude, self-care, and compassion. And take a deep breath in and a slow breath out, maybe even with a sigh. One more time. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. Returning to your normal breath, repeat in your mind the following affirmations. My body is a gift from God. I choose to listen to the signals from my body. I lean towards foods that are the most nutritious and will provide my body with the best nutrition for health and well-being. My body is wise and knows what it needs. I will trust my body to let me know when I am hungry and when I am satisfied. I am okay with leaving food on my plate if my body indicates that I've had enough. I will pass up foods that are not high in quality and highly nutritious. I will give my body fresh, clear water daily. I will provide my body with adequate sleep. I will talk in ways to express loving kindness, compassion, and appreciation for all parts of my body. My body is beautiful. I am grateful for my body and all that it does for me from day to day. Now, as we come to the close of this meditation today, I want you to take a deep breath in, pause at the top, and a slow breath out. And as I count from 5 to 1, I want you to think loving thoughts about your body as you come back into full consciousness to the surroundings around you. 5, 4, becoming more aware of the surface beneath you. 3, creating small movements in your fingers and toes. 2, taking in a slow breath and carrying these feelings of appreciation with you throughout your day. And 1, slowly opening your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful week. Take care of yourself. Take care of that beautiful body of yours. And I will see you next Monday. Bye, everybody.